Hey guys, MMA Savant here. So this is my picks for Bellator 228. It's happening on September 28th, same night as the UFC card, which I just did a video for that. Go check it out. Hermanson versus Cannonier. Alright. So this is actually a really good lineup. For whatever reason, people don't really watch Bellator, or I don't know why. They're great fights. A lot of good talent over there. So right now they're having a featherweight tournament with a lot of killers on it. This is the second half of the first part of the tournament coming up. Great matchups. So the card is headlined by Juan Archuleta, is going to be taking on the current champion Patricio Pitbull. He's a champion at featherweight. They're both also part of the tournament too. So. And the co-main event is going to be a rematch between Gegard Mousasi and Lyoto Machida. Okay, so here we go. From the bottom up, we have Darrion Caldwell, the Wolf, the American wrestler, is going to be taking on Henry Corrales. He's coming off a beautiful win over, Wonderkind, Aaron Pico. A knockout. That guy needs to. Aaron Pico needs to start wrestling more and quit trying to be a boxer. He's a great boxer, I understand it, but if it ain't working out, it ain't working out. Go back to wrestling, please and thank you. Okay, so even with the knockout win over Aaron Pico, I like the wrestler's chance in this one. He's lost to Kyoji Horiguchi twice. I believe they were back-to-back fights. And he has a submission loss to Joe Timangelo. But I was watching that fight, and I said he's going to get caught in a guillotine choke. Watch this. Sure enough, a minute later he got caught. I guess I could have just made that story up, but I didn't. But anyway. I like how disciplined the American wrestler is going to be. If you want to see how good his wrestling is, watch his fight over Joe Warren. Joe Warren is a very highly rated grappler in his own right. This guy ragdolls him. It's amazing. Suplexes and everything. For this fight over Henry Corrales, I want Darrion Caldwell to win this one. I want to see how well he can do in the tournament. But the way that's going to happen is not with a brawl. That's with a boring fight. Over Henry Corrales. Now I'd rather see a fun fight. So I'd rather see whoever wins. I probably actually like Henry Corrales' fight style more, but Darrion Caldwell, I think the American wrestler gets it done. Okay, next up we have Daniel Weichel, and he's going to be taking on Saul Rogers. Daniel Weichel is a German, I believe. He has a lot more fights and a lot more experience and everything, but I like Saul Rogers in this one for the same reason that I like Leon Edwards to win a lot of his future fights. He's very, very good at every single thing. It reminds me of GSP. GSP, after the Matt Serra loss, he started doing everything correctly, and that's what I get from Leon Edwards, and that's what I get from Saul Rogers because of his win over Ryan Hall a couple years ago. He knows how to be patient and not. He obviously has good technique and everything. But I think Saul Rogers, the more coachable fighter, will get this one done by decision, maybe submission, over Daniel Weichel. Okay, next we have Antonio McKee. No, wait. We have AJ McKee, Antonio's son, fighting Georgi Karahanian. I'm a bigger fan of Georgi Karahanian. I liked his grappling match with Jeff Glover at High Rollers like a couple years ago. That was really cool. But AJ McKee, this was his fight to win. AJ McKee by stoppage. Personality-wise, I'm not really a fan of his, but he is talented and he is doing something right. So, and if I'm being honest, I think Georgi Karahanian is probably the least likely to beat AJ McKee in this whole tournament. So I think the plan is to, of course, send him through the bracket the fastest way possible to see how he does against the real competition. So AJ McKee by whatever he wants. Next, we have a rematch between Gegard Mousasi and Lyoto Machida. Gegard is coming off of losing his title to Rafael Lovato Jr., the winningest American Jiu-Jitsu player of all time, out of Oklahoma City. But Gegard had a lot of good knockdowns, or had some good knockdowns, and he didn't get submitted, even though they spent a lot of time on the ground. Whereas Lyoto Machida is coming off a submission or a stoppage win over Chael, and I just hold Gegard's last fight in higher esteem. Like, I like Chael, but Chael's chance to beat you are, frankly, decision or submission. So Machida didn't have really too much to worry about coming from Chael. And Chael's not mean. He's not vicious like Gegard is, especially if he's coming off a if he feels like he was wronged in his last contest against you or somebody else. He's really eager to get that win back. He's a great talent. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's one of the most well-rounded fighters. I like Gegard Mousasi in this one by stoppage. I mean, because the thing of the guys he's beat in the last however many years. So he lost to Lovato Jr. by decision. Before that, he beat Rory McDonald, which I consider that a super fight. He made him look like a nobody. Before that, he beat Carvalho, took the title from him. He fought Shlemenko. I can't remember how that one went. I think they gave it to him, but personally I thought Shlemenko won that fight. Beat Chris Weidman. He beat Jacare. He beat Vitor Belfort. No, he didn't beat Jacare, sorry. He beat Vitor Belfort. He beat Dan Henderson. He beat Ilir Latifi, whoever else. I just think he's had beat Uriah Hall. I think he's just had a much better list of the last opponents than Machida has. Yeah, I like Gegard Mousasi to get this one done by stoppage. Second round, lots of heavy leg kicks, great jab, and lots and lots of pressure on Gegard on Machida. Okay, for the main event, guys, we have Juan Archuleta is fighting Patricio Pitbull, the current champion. Juan Archuleta hasn't lost his only loss in his entire MMA career, as far as professional goes at least, was in 2015. He just beat Eduardo Dantes. Patricio Pitbull is coming on. He is a champion. He's got a few losses, but he's coming off a win over Michael Chandler. But I don't normally pick against a champion, but everybody has to become a champion one day, and I think Saturday night might be Juan Archuleta's taking over of the throne there. Yeah, I feel like his record's like 26-1, guys. It's very impressive. He's beaten a lot of great guys over there. And he's a four weight division champion at the same time in another league. So he can bounce around and everything. Yeah, I like Archuleta by decision over Patricio Pitbull. So guys, those are my picks. Darren Caldwell to beat Henry Corrales, Saul Rogers to beat Daniel Weichel, AJ McKee to beat Georgie Karhanian, Gegard Mousasi to beat Machida, and Archuleta to beat Patricio Pitbull. You have Bellator 228. Check it out. MMA Savant, and I am out of here.